98.7. Thank you for coming to real quick, when we book these events, there's always different levels of excitement for different reasons. Either we're really excited to see a band we've never seen before, or really excited to hear a song that we've fallen in love with. And when Mumford & Sons got booked, we were excited for all of those reasons. We're especially excited about the new record that's coming in a couple of weeks, Delta. But this is no joke. I think what we were most excited about is that we get to see these guys again and hang out with these guys again, because on every level, from the record label that they work with, to their crew, to the guys in the band, it's just such a pleasure to be around them all the time. They're just cool. Like, you guys have those cool friends, right, where you're just happy to be around them. Like, whenever Mumford & Sons and company are around, it's just like, oh, cool, our cool friends are here. And so we have two of those cool friends about to come out and answer some questions about this record, and then we'll get into the music. So Marcus and Ben, I believe, are behind that door. So fellas, thank you for being here. It's a lot of pressure I just gave you with that intro, by the way. You better be nice.
Very sweet.
Let's talk about this album, Delta, which we will have in a couple of weeks. It has been called by people, I don't think yourselves, but other people, as, quote, wildly experimental. Is that true? Do you agree with that? Or is that just something that someone's putting down to get clicks?
It's all relative, isn't it? The danger with that, I think, is that people would expect you to be making experimental music with a capital E, which itself is a genre we have not delved into with this album. For us, it's pushing boundaries. You know, we feel like we're doing new things, and we're just happy to be back and with a new record.
What new things excite you about these songs specifically? What comes to mind first with that?
Well, I don't think we've ever... Hello, everyone, by the way. Good to acknowledge one another. This is our biggest gig in LA this year.
Oh, rub it in! Fuck you, Mike.
I think the thing that we keep coming back to is how we enjoyed recording this record more than any other recording experience of our lives. And we've had great ones. We've had an amazing time recording from the first days of Marcus Drafts, or doing demos in Ben's attic in London, or in Johannesburg with Bubba Ma, or Senegal with him as well. Like, we've had some amazing recording times, but this by far was the most enjoyable recording experience we had. And a lot of that was, I think, because we went into it feeling pretty free. Like, Wilder Mind served a real purpose to us in that it meant that we could do whatever we wanted to next. And it was an important moment in our band's history, I think. And this one really just felt like there were no restrictions. Paul Epworth was the perfect kind of conductor for that process. And so the things we're most excited about are some of the things people haven't heard before. Using some electronica, using beats in a different way, using harmony engines on voices, and just being a bit more free and worrying a little bit less. So I guess it comes from a place of feeling secure, maybe. Like, we feel like we've been a band for a while now. This isn't going to be our last record. It's not all or nothing. Even though we left it all on the floor, I don't think we've ever worked harder in our lives. It also feels like the pressure's off because we'll just do another one.
That's good. That's a good way to do it. I'm glad you brought up important moments in the history of the band, because, Ben, you've stressed that this part right now, this point, the release of this record, is one of, if not the most important point.
Throwing down. You know, it's like, I think you kind of have to go out there with a huge amount of intention. And we just want people to know that we're not coasting. This is like, we intentionally get up every day and we choose to be a Mumford & Sons. We choose to do what we do. And we're really grateful that everyone is giving us the license to do that and is supporting us. But this album's important, you know? This isn't just an album. And when we made our first album, that was our debut, and debut has this like nice ring to it, and it makes everything feel shiny and important and brand new. But this is our fourth album, and fourth right now feels really important. And I think we just kind of wanted to emphasize that straight out the gate.
We know that every song on this album has passed the campfire test, which we know what it is. Can you explain for anybody out here who does not know what the campfire test is? It's a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite simple, really. I don't know if we even coined the phrase, but we basically, to test the songs, we believe that songs are what carry us forward, not the actual sounds of the songs. It's not the instruments or anything specific about how we dress them up. It's more like what's at the core. And the best way to check that is to bring it all the way back. And Marcus spent 2 days, I remember quite clearly, toiling through about 40 different demos, just doing guitar vocal or piano vocal demos, and we just then could listen to everything on an even keel and an equal kind of footing, so you knew without anything else distracting you. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I love that banjo bit, or like, you know, you're not kind of getting distracted. You're just thinking, how do those lyrics?
Or I really hate that banjo bit.
Yeah, sure, you know. And so we I think we got to a point where we could see which songs meant the most to us through that process, and to Paul, the producer, who helped us choose which songs went on Delta.
Marcus, you alluded to this a little bit beforehand, that this was one of the most fun times, if not the most fun time that you've had in the studio, which I think is evident by the number of songs that you came out with. Was it 35,
Yeah.
40? Obviously, not that many are going to be on the record. How much, or are there any plans for the other songs? Have you decided yet?
Yeah, I mean, we were stuck. We'd sort of gone around a lot, actually. We did quite an important trip to LA in February, where we came and met with some of the partners we work with and the label and various people, and felt like we were a bit, we had all these songs, we listened to them all before Christmas, and we were a bit scratching our heads thinking, what's the best way to present these to people? And we hadn't finished recording them yet. In fact, we hadn't really properly started the recording album, which started probably in April. But we'd got quite a long way down the road of songwriting, and we thought, like, people, you know, some people were like, well, you could do a single a month for a year or 2 years, and that, you know, has its benefits, or you could just do a few EPs or mini albums, or you could do a double album. These are all ideas that we came up with, and eventually we settled on just doing one singular album now. We love the idea of an album, the concept of an album, not a concept album, not clever enough, but the concept of an album, because you get to look at it as a whole and make different creative choices within it, because you know that there's a certain number of songs, and I think having one producer at the helm helps, because he can take a view, right, we can make this creative, maybe slightly more experimental decision here, because we chop the ending of this one and it feels a bit more punchy, and it's just, it really, I think, frees you up to make different creative choices than if you're just doing singles, in which case, like, the 4-minute instrumental jam isn't going to happen, right? So, and then, yeah, we thought about doing a double album, and then felt a bit of a sense of urgency that these particular songs right now, this collection of songs that we're calling Delta, needed to come out this year. So we committed to that before finishing the record, which was slightly stressful. And thankfully we've just finished it. And then we're going straight back in the studio in February, try and finish the rest, because we really believe in them and we're really excited about what comes next. I don't know, you know, we have no idea when we'd release it or how we'd release it or whatever, but what we don't want to do is leave the studio behind for 3 years, as we have done in the past, or only demo for 3 years. We want to keep recording and take a little setup on the road with us, and yeah, because we're just enjoying it.
Well, thank you for being one of the few in 2018 that continues to stick up for the album.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it happens a lot these days,
Which
and
is
it's important.
cool as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I love artists that don't make albums. I mean, or artists that make albums that they then go back on and change, and you know, that's all cool stuff. It's just, that's not us right now. You know?
That's how you presented the recording. You have also announced 60-some live dates, which knowing you guys, that's just the beginning. Ben, you said you are going to use arenas in a way that they have never been used before. Wait, first of all, did you say that? You're looking at me like...
I say a lot of things I regret.
If you want to just coast right by that one, we can just pretend Winston out here.
I think people now know, if anyone has looked, because you can see the seating plans, we're doing a show in the round. We are putting a stage slap bang across the middle of the arena floor, up into the seats, and that's kind of cool. Like, we haven't seen the thing done quite to that extent, and it's brand new for us, because obviously we've always just kind of been the four of us standing in a line at the end of the room. So, again, it comes from a place of, like, we love touring, we love touring hard, but we want it to be as fresh and exciting for us and for the people coming to the shows as it could possibly be. And we're 10 years in now, so yeah, I think that just feels like let's go and make a brand new experience. And yeah, these 63 dates are the first offering. I've got to say, massive props to our management and to all of the people who make those shows happen, because to even coordinate that many shows to begin with, which is just literally the first slog, it's huge work.
It takes us from like mid-November up to the beginning of June, end of May, I think, including 2 months in the studio. So we're trying to use every day we got, and then from June next year we'll have another tour to, so the idea is that we just work quite hard for a while.
Well, no one has ever accused Mumford & Sons of not working hard all of the time, and we are the beneficiaries of that, so thank you again so much. Do we want to bring
The lads.
Ted and Winston out here and get set up for some songs? We're talking a lot about songs. Maybe we get up here and play some songs. Again, thank you for coming to the AT&T Sound Studio. My name is Harms. Delta, the new Mumford & Sons album, will be out here in a couple of weeks. We're going to let the guys get situated, and I messed up a stool back there, so they're going to take care of that. After they're done playing with their songs, we're going to get the guys out of here for about 5 minutes to hang out, and then we'll allow you to say hi and take a picture and do all that sort of stuff as well. So thank you very much for being here. And again, thank you guys very much for coming to the AT&T Sound Studio.
Thank you.